record.
Oh, there she
Here we
goes, talking in my ear again.
are. And there Brian goes with jingle bells in our listeners' ears. If you are
Yes.
hearing this right now,
New
welcome to
theme
the new
music.
special edition holiday theme music. Your husband is an absolute genius. I love this
He had so
so
much fun
much.
doing it too.
And it's funny, Mitch and I were, I forget now even what song we were talking about, but we are like, you can Christmasify anything. You just have to add sleigh bells, which is
Yeah.
is true, just the, sleigh bells in the
Yeah,
background. But Brian went above and beyond on this one.
he
There is
did.
some really sweet, crafty little moves.
I
So
didn't realize he was actually going to, he kind of said it jokingly not too
yeah.
long ago. Like, do you think you'd want a Christmas sounding theme? I was like, sure, knowing that he's busy.
Yeah.
There's always a million things. And then he played it for me yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh.
It's so
That's not
good.
just a one
Yeah.
episode song. Like we need
Yes.
to include it multiple times. So
Hmm.
send that to Helen right
Yes.
away. So now we can
And
enjoy
he
it
sent
from
it to me at
both.
6 a.m. this morning, which is when
Yeah.
I'm up reading my newsletters. And then I got that, and it was just absolutely perfect. So 'tis the season
Tis the
for
season. I
merriment
guess we're kicking
and
it off
filler
now.
podcasting. Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Birth week is almost coming to a close for me. So it's on to the next best thing.
Yeah. Well, let me start off before I jump into your birthday with
Mhm.
our normal intro of welcome
Mhm. Mhm.
everyone to episode 19. Oh, we're almost to
I
episode 20.
know.
Episode 19 of Millennial Mom Thoughts.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
There we go. Helen, do you feel older and wiser?
So much older, so much wiser. I woke up
Wow.
Friday morning and my knees like just creaked across the room. Like, well, this is it. It's
Welcome to
happening. I am
32.
old. Yeah. Yes. I was creaky and achy and that's it. Now I'm
There you
old.
go.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah.
there was another indicator that day of like, oh gosh, I am so you know what? This is absolutely the indication of being old. So last weekend, Mitch and I started a movie on Saturday night, the new Frankenstein, Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein
Oh.
adaptation, and it's really good. And I stayed awake through an hour of it that first weekend, and
Stayed
it's just
awake.
over 2 hours long. Yeah, yeah. Fell asleep, had to, and then we just never, we were too tired the rest of the week to finish it. So then Friday night, that was, after our little easy pizza, I mean, we eat pizza every Friday, but it was special
We do
birthday
too.
pizza, nothing out of the
Yeah.
ordinary. So
Yeah.
just ate our
That's
pizza,
fine.
hung out, and then that was going to be the big thing was like, and then we'll finish our movie. And I made it 30 minutes in till
Okay.
just about 9 o'clock. So I still have yet to see how this one turns out. I mean, I know the story, but
It could change. You
it
never,
could, you never
maybe
know.
they
Yeah,
throw a
moves could
curveball
be
in there.
made. Yes.
Yeah.
I did stay awake through all of Wicked yesterday, though. We went out and saw the
Okay.
new Wicked Part 2, and it was delightful.
I have not seen either.
Yeah.
That's where Brian and I are different with because it's a
Mhm.
musical,
It
right?
is a
Yeah.
musical. Yes.
I'll preface this by saying I don't hate musicals. They're just not my
Yeah.
go-to.
They aren't usually for me, but more and more, I feel like in my old age, I'm
Old age. I remember back when I was 32
Uh-huh.
and loved musicals. No, I didn't. Um, Again, I can appreciate them
Yes.
for what they are. They're just not, there aren't very many that I enjoy, but
Hmm.
I like seeing them. I guess if I'm given the option, I will see it live.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty
Hmm.
cool. Because I'm just so focused on how amazing it is that people
Hmm.
are doing this right in
Yes.
front of me.
Yes.
It's not edited.
Exactly.
It's.
Hmm.
So I can appreciate it that way. But
Yes. It's like how
if
I cry at the opening number of every dance recital ever.
oh,
It's just like, oh my gosh,
that's
they're
so
doing it. All
sweet.
these little kids, they've worked so hard. It gets me every time. It
I
doesn't matter
get
what
that
the song
now.
is, what the dance is. I'm
Yep.
just a basket case.
That was my mom. Growing up is like, why is my mom always crying at everything that like kids are doing? And
Yes.
now I get it. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's so adorable and
Yeah.
so sweet. And look at those precious little faces.
Oh,
And they're just doing their best. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Totally cute, totally sweet.
Hmm.
So
So anyway.
today we decided to get out the Christmas tree.
Hooray.
So it is out. It is not fully fluffed,
Hmm.
to hide the middle part, because
Hmm.
spoiler alert, we are a package tree
Hmm.
family.
Hmm.
I grew up with a real tree,
Hmm.
but now as a grown-up adult, I'm like, man, that's a lot of work.
I'm still a hold. We're a real tree fam.
Oh, I do. I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
the smell. I mean,
Yes.
I love all of it, but the the ease in which it goes in a bin is
Hmm.
it is appealing. I get it now.
Understood.
I fought
Yes.
Brian in the beginning. I
Yeah.
was like, I want a real tree,
Yeah.
but there's watering
Yes.
that's
I
involved.
know.
So
And there's dogs and there's babies and it is
yeah,
going to be
it
a
just didn't
hassle and a
work.
half, but
Yeah.
I
My
also
parents get a
hold
real
on to
tree.
tradition. Yeah.
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 So
No.
I'll go smell their tree a whole lot when we
There
go
you
visit.
go. When you travel there, I don't think we're quite
That's
quite onto
right.
our
No.
official topic conversation, but that could
Yes.
have been a segue.
Preview.
I don't know. Do you have any other weekend updates?
Nothing
Catch up,
crazy.
follow up?
No, Brian didn't work yesterday, so that's amazing.
Whoa.
That was a Saturday that we had as a family.
Nice.
I did an absurd amount of cleaning and organizing
Beautiful.
today, just because to get the Christmas tree
Yeah.
into the front
Yep.
room, it's like, well, I got to get the Paw Patrol toy bins out
Mhm.
of here. Well, in order to put the Paw Patrol toy bins away, I need to rearrange the guest room that has
Mhm.
turned into little goat trails
S-
that you have to sneak by to make it through the
What
room.
does that mean? What's a goat
No,
trail? I've
like the
never heard this
little
expression.
narrow, they say it, I feel like, on hoarders all the time.
Okay.
Which is, so picture hoarders, and then that's
Yeah.
my guest room. And
Okay.
I've made these little paths, these little, these skinny little goat trails, because they go on
Gotcha.
the mountains and stuff, and
Okay.
you have to
Yes.
squeeze through. That maybe that's not the official saying. Maybe
No,
it's
that makes
another
sense.
animal, but for now I'm sticking with goat trails.
Maybe it's
But
boat
there were
trails because you
just
have to
boat
get a boat
trails.
to cross
Uh,
it.
More like I need a barge to get all this stuff out of there. It's stacked, but I feel better about it. I got rid of
Good.
some things.
Wow.
I decluttered, put some posted some things on the free Morton pickup group, and some people already
Nice.
picked up some things today. It's like, get this out of my
Good,
house.
good, good. I likewise
So,
did some
yeah.
basement organization. You probably can't tell because like all the lights are off, but I am in a different ish location in my basement because I now have my little like crafting corner. Perhaps that's
Uh,
another getting older type thing is like, yeah, I do want all my crafting supplies in one little
yep, yep.
cozy place so I can maybe pursue all these projects that are living in my brain. But
One day.
one day it'll happen. But that also involved getting everything out of the one of the storage closets and like actually organizing all of the holiday decor and other, things that
Yeah.
go in bins and basements. So
Yeah,
that
I got a
was
lot of bins. I will say that. I have the amount of bins. I almost need to organize the amount of bins I've gotten for
hmm.
organization.
Hmm.
Like, just put it in a bin. Just get a bin, put it in a bin, so it's not just living randomly. So I
Yep.
can stack bins.
Hmm. Hmm.
Other than that, I guess my only other, it's not even really an update yet because it hasn't happened, but
Hmm.
this is, recording before, this will air after
Hmm.
the Can't Look Away screening
Hmm.
number 3. But as of, I guess I should check and make sure I haven't missed any new signups. No, but as of tonight, I have 8, which includes Mrs. Helen Plevka-Jones.
Whoop, whoop.
8 participants attending. Um, I won't say who all is coming, but I have more than one person affiliated with the Morton School District. So
Nice.
I feel like that's promising.
Absolutely.
Just to share that it exists. And
Hmm.
I think I mentioned before, the junior high had
Yeah.
they
Yep.
blasted it out to parents.
That's great.
Got a couple from that. So I'm excited. I I think it'll be a really good discussion.
Hmm.
That will be fun.
Hmm.
Fun
Good,
is,
good.
I mean, as
Yeah,
fun
it's a
as
hard discussion, but
it's, yeah, it'll be an engaging,
engage. Hmm.
meaningful, and
Hmm.
I'm tweaking my last, like, my little opening. I didn't really do an opening
Mm.
statement necessarily the last time I did it.
Do you need me to bring a spotlight? Fog machine?
Yes.
Yes, no?
Fog machine. Oh, I didn't think about that. Right as you enter, it's a very dramatic.
Yeah.
Maybe I get some strobe lights.
Hmm.
This isn't a disco party, guys. This is totally not a disco party. Yeah, I think I'll pass this time, but I
Okay.
really appreciate
Yeah.
your offer.
Well, that's good
So
because I don't have a fog machine, but we do have a strobe light at my parents' house. I wonder if that's still around somewhere. What
you
a
should get it.
headache. Yeah.
I
We'd put
wish I
it
had a
out for like
disco
Halloween
ball.
some years.
Yeah,
Disco ball.
I'd
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
disco
yeah.
ball. My dad has the disco ball and the fog machine. So
Nice. Oh, okay. Well, then next
yeah,
screening number four, perhaps.
totally, totally.
No, not quite the vibe, maybe, but I'm
No,
like I am looking forward to it. It'll
yeah,
be, yeah,
me too.
yeah.
That'll be, and it'll give us, another another episode of content to talk about
Truth,
since we'll
truth.
be there together
Yeah,
and
yeah,
have our own reflections of
for
how
sure.
the evening went. So
Yeah, yeah. And by this time next week, we'll have survived Thanksgiving, and
yes,
and then
yes.
we'll be fully into holiday season.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I've been here for about a month or so. I
I
did
just
one,
started.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of my birthday present suggestion requests and things that I ultimately got were some Christmas vinyl. So we've got a record player, and I was like, I would really
Ooh,
love because we've got a little display thing too. And I was like, I would like to
yeah.
fill those with a few Christmas records. And I got the Charlie Brown, and that's
Oh, it's
all I
perfect.
really needed. But yes,
What
I
a
have a few
perfect Christmas
others.
album.
Yeah, so had that on tonight. It was delightful.
Same.
Oh, well, look at
I know.
us.
It's not really that unique, but it's
It's not at
well,
all, but
both of
it
us were listening.
it's the best though. It is. I
Yeah.
mean, I think we said that last week too. Could listen to it every single day and probably will from here
Yeah,
until
absolutely will.
January. But I don't want to talk about January yet.
No.
That's
Let's
no,
travel
let's
back
travel.
to November
No, but
here.
Here we are in the present. Actually, I do want to go back. I've got a couple
Oh
of
yeah, what was you had a
corrections slash
correction.
additions, which
Yeah.
are Pizza Oven and Yahoo Boys. So
Okay.
I'll start with
No.
one is very lighthearted and fun. The Pizza Oven thing. Last week, I want to make an important correction to a statement I made last week where you asked how you could tell if I won the lottery. And I kind of
Oh,
panicked and was like,
yeah.
oh, I fashion, which
Yeah.
is also not true. Like, I think even if I had the means, I'd
Yeah.
try, but maybe I could pay a stylist or someone. But
Yeah.
uh, thinking more about it, I realized there's a much more real answer, which is a pizza oven, like a full like
Oh,
brick oven. Like
how
we're
cool would
redoing the
that be?
backyard. We're gonna have like a whole outdoor kitchen situation.
Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted the people to know that that's the real
That's
me.
that's the sign.
That's the
Helen wins
sign.
the lottery. You'll know because she has installed a backyard pizza oven.
Precisely. Precisely. Everyone's invited every
Yeah.
Friday, Pizza Friday.
I'm gonna just invite myself.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. You're already invited. And if you ever
I
want pizza on a Friday night,
even if I
that's what we're
wasn't,
eating at my house, with or without
I'm
a pizza
showing up.
oven. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great addition. Yep.
Hmm. The other one is a more serious thing, but it is something I meant to mention last week and then lost track and but
Yeah.
going back to our previous conversation on sexploitation. Am I saying that
Sex
right?
Sextortion,
Sextortion, thank
which
you.
I think it's
So,
actually both. I've seen it both
sure,
ways.
sure. Yeah, the moment I said that, I was like, well, I don't think that's quite what we said. But we talked about the Yahoo Boys and everything, and I had actually posted this in like a little note on Substack, but just wanted to read it here. Um, just adding on to our conversation because it's one thing that we didn't talk about that night, but that I was thinking more about since recording and learning about that issue. But for us as millennial moms and education professionals, it makes sense that we focused on the effects of that issue on kids, right?
Yeah.
But I think that it's important to also step back and take like a larger global perspective to think about the causes
Oh
that
man.
motivate this,
Yeah.
right? That motivate adults to exploit and manipulate minors.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's easy to say, like, oh, how could someone ever do that? But I think we have to really actually ask, like, no, like, why would someone do that? What are the larger systemic factors at play that
Right.
are motivating fraud and yeah, just awful things to happen. Like it's not just, I
Yeah.
mean, there are bad people out there, but it's not just that bad people do bad things. There are certainly larger socioeconomic
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
social governmental factors
Totally.
that make that happen. So I don't know. I think we didn't oversimplify by any means, but just when I was going back and listening to that episode, it's like, yeah, like obviously it makes sense in our perspectives and what we do on this show. We are focused on what this looks like for kids,
Right.
but also
Right.
like on the
And
other side of
families
things,
and
why is, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Why is that happening? So, and I don't have any answers or more. I found one study actually that was getting into like what are those systemic issues and why has this become so prevalent in countries like Nigeria, um, and how the government certainly plays a part in that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
But it's more so an area I need to do more reading and research on my side as well. But
Yeah,
just
and
something
I
to think.
mean, it's just hard for me in general to give brain space
Mm-hmm.
to because it's too troubling. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's almost too upsetting. It's something that I won't even thinking about like just child abuse in general or
Mm-hmm.
harm to a child, whether it's from Yahoo boys in Nigeria or um I mean I didn't bring up the the thing that happened here locally, at least
Mm-hmm.
basically in not basically in my neighborhood. I walk by this house all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Who a man that was just, I don't know if he's in jail. I need to look back at that, or if he
Mm-hmm.
was out on probation or whatever, but found with child
Mm-hmm.
sexual abuse materials, thousands and thousands of pieces of it on his computer. Um, it's super disturbing that he's in my neighborhood, but it's
Mm-hmm.
almost just as disturbing that it's directly across from the high school. That just
Mm-hmm.
feels weird to me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, my brain cannot allow me to think, how did you get there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because I cannot, that's not something that I could ever
Mm-hmm.
comprehend doing,
Yeah.
is to harming a child
Right.
in that way.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that there are people that are wanting to figure that out,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully in the in studying it so that it can be stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I almost, it's not that I'm not interested in the cause.
Right.
I
Yeah.
just can't,
Yeah.
hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's ties to like their own abuse and
Right.
exposure
Yeah.
to things in childhood. And
Yeah.
that's horrible. It's not an excuse. It's
Mm-hmm.
definitely not an excuse to then harm later. But yeah, I get what you're saying, that
Yeah.
there's the
No.
bigger thing of like, okay, then why does that happen? What
Yeah. Yeah.
opportunities are there for that to happen, and what
Mm-hmm.
things are in place that make it easier for that to happen?
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe
Mm-hmm.
what are prevention methods that could, yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. Because I likewise have a really hard time thinking about it on an individual
Yeah.
level, but I don't think we need to either. I think we have to
Yeah.
just recognize that there are systemic,
Right.
larger factors at play,
Right.
that can't just be easily solved by like, oh, okay, this person's in jail, case closed. Like, okay, that case is, but like,
Yeah.
what are the larger things that
It's a
will
lot. It's a
continue this?
lot.
So, like you said, prevention measures,
Yeah.
but then also what can we actually do in our positions as parents and as that is
Yeah. Well,
the
I think
things we talked about that night. So,
and it's continuing to talk about
and it's
awareness of how
yes, awareness.
social media is the tool, the avenue that this is happening on, for
Hmm.
at least in the context of what we're talking about. Obviously, this can happen in person too,
Hmm.
and does. But social media has made it so much more accessible,
Hmm.
and it, easier to be successful. I put in heavy quotes on that, successful,
Hmm.
to do it. So,
Yeah.
and I've got some, I we won't have to jump into this
Well, I
part
was
because
gonna say, on this note, do you want to go
I was
ahead
like,
and
I do
introduce
have,
your news segment? Do you want to,
I just wrote a bullet
while we're
point,
down, do you want to
Jordan's
keep us
news segment
down?
called "Social Media is Terrible, and here is the evidence."
Yeah, I say
I
go
think,
ahead and get into it. Share.
yeah,
I have
and
no
then
idea what
we
this
can
segment will entail tonight, but we might need Brian to write us a little segment music here.
maybe
Dooba dooba
I
doo,
could ask
doo
him.
doo doo.
Uh, yeah, and maybe I do because this
Why
is
does
shorter.
social media suck?
There we go.
Or what is it actually called? Social media is
I
terrible.
I
Sorry.
mean, we can say why does social media
Social
suck?
media, it is so very terrible. Jordan, give us the evidence. Do 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 do.
Love it. There we go. I'll let him know he can work on it. He'll be excited to
I'll
do that.
provide these vocals. He can sample that all he wants.
Thank you.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Say it's probably good to get this part done and then we can end on a much more lighthearted,
Hopefully.
hopefully, closing it out. But just yesterday, time.com had a story that came out. So I don't I don't know how much you're following along, but there are multiple lawsuits happening right now against social media companies and Meta is one of them, Meta being the parent, now company of Facebook and
These like monopoly cases or
Instagram.
something else.
So if I'm understanding it right, this is even tied to I need to go back through and see if it names the plaintiffs, but through, Can't Look Away, they're talking about the journey. And I'm
Hmm.
following along with that too, like what happened after the film, because they're bringing up all these oh my gosh, what Discovery, things that
Hmm.
are found in Discovery, and it's really, really damning.
Mm.
Um, so this one, there's a lawsuit, and I think it was it 60 or more than 1,800 plaintiffs for this one. This is in California and includes children, parents, school districts, and state attorneys general. Um, and so they've joined together alleging that the parent companies behind Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, and YouTube, and then also Meta, relentlessly pursued a strategy of growth at all costs, recklessly ignoring the impact of their products on children's mental health and physical health. I mean, duh, we kind of know that.
Hmm.
Um, but what was discovered from Meta was that it took 17 strikes. They had a 17 strike policy for accounts that were reported for engaging in the trafficking of humans for
Oh my.
sex.
Oh,
So you had to have 17 reports against your
yikes.
account before it was considered to be removed. First of all,
Mm.
where did the number 17 come from? I don't know. Uh, but one quote, I don't know if she was a whistleblower, but she used to work for Meta. She said you could incur 16 violations for prostitution and sexual solicitation, and upon the 17th, your account would be suspended. Interesting that it says suspended and not deleted or,
Hmm.
permanently removed. So like temporarily we're gonna take your account away from you because apparently you're a terrible person. But she said it was a very, very high strike threshold by,
Mm.
by any measure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that baseball game?
So we're prioritizing harmful accounts to stay engaged on the platform, meanwhile harming numbers.
Hmm.
I think this is just reported, which
Yeah.
means there are who knows how many cases that this is happening to people, children, adults, whoever,
Hmm.
and not reported because they make it pretty difficult to report accounts, and they do that on purpose. I've even with like spam accounts,
Mm.
when it's so clearly a spam, like something even local where it's like enter, comment your name or a friend's
Hmm.
name, and then we'll choose a winner. And there's always a fake account that gets made that says, "Congratulations, you're the winner. Click here and we'll get in contact."
Hmm.
It's like it's not real, it's not their page. So I'll
Hmm.
report them. And I don't think a single case that I have hit report, because they always have and it's almost instant if you've ever done it. We'll review this, like
Hmm.
we'll review. And so I put like fake account or spam or,
Hmm.
scam, whatever. And instantly it comes back, we reviewed your case and it does not violate our terms of service or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, so basically this is BS and it doesn't do anything.
Hmm.
But the fact that this is uh crimes, prostitute, all of
Yeah.
this
Yeah. What?
horrific.
Yeah.
So
Awful.
there's a lot that's coming out of these lawsuits,
Hmm.
and it is pretty wild. If you want to follow along, kind of live, the Scrolling to Death podcast that I love and get a lot of information from also has an Instagram account called
Okay.
Scrolling to Death, and she's posted like in her stories and made several posts about what's going on with the court
Mm,
case, and she's going through the documents and reading them and
mm,
highlighting stuff. And it's, I mean, it's egregious. It's just, it's unbelievable. It's
mm,
not, but it's
mm,
unbelievable what they are doing to children and just the general public, and the
mm,
absolute lies they're telling people and the government. So,
mm.
um, yeah, so that's going on.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I
you for
strongly encourage
sharing.
you to read, listeners, the article. It's on time.com. It's called Court Filings Allege Meta Downplayed Risks to Children and Misled the Public.
Mm. I'll link it in our
So,
show notes.
oh, yes, I
Show
forget that.
notes. I don't know what
Show
that
notes. I think
is.
it was almost a little British, sort of, but I am
Yeah,
terrible at a British accent, so
me
I will
too.
stop
I'm
now
not
because
even
it's really
gonna
embarrassing.
intentionally try. Yeah, mine gets
Yeah,
uh
edit that out,
yeah.
everybody. I didn't do it.
She didn't do anything at all. It was fine. Nothing problematic.
Fine. It's
Everything's
fine.
just really happy and groovy everywhere all the time. Even on social
Yeah.
media is what I
Yeah.
got from that. Just kidding. No, that is harrowing. And like
Yikes.
you said,
No.
like it's like, oh, so surprising, but not surprising, but so
No,
hurt. Like
not
it just
surprising
hurts
at
when it's
all.
not surprising. But it is important to not just say like, yeah, it's so much awful stuff, but to actually have the data
Right.
and these
Right.
specifics. And I think that's, like you said, a lot coming out right now. So hopefully continuing to bring to light these issues.
Yeah.
And,
I'm trying to think of if I should say it now. Maybe as a continued, I as an action item
hmm
towards social
Love
media is
it.
terrible. I wrote an email yesterday to Disney, which it's really difficult,
Walt?
by the way. Walt himself. No, to, because I don't know if you saw this, Disney has partnered with Snapchat. And I don't think I
No.
need to go into the reasons it's problematic that Snapchat is partnering with Disney for a child's movie, Zootopia 2,
Oh,
where that's coming out.
I did see the preview yesterday.
So Disney partnered with Snapchat to, I'm sure, I don't even know exactly what it does. I'm sure it's like filters or, whatever.
Yeah.
You go to the movie and you can take a picture with a character and whatever it is with AI. Well, that's rated PG. And PG, if you aren't familiar, means generally all audiences can watch it with
hmm
parental guidance, maybe suggested. And it was something like mild violence and crude
Yeah.
humor or something.
Yeah.
So, totally acceptable for like a 5-year-old to watch it if you would like that. Well, Snapchat is not
No.
acceptable for a 5-year-old and should not be promoted to a 5-year-old. So I wrote an email. It may
Wow.
go nowhere, but I wrote it to the director of digital marketing because her name was all over the press releases.
There you go.
Um, Interestingly enough, in searching for her email, I saw that 2 days ago there was a job posting on Disney's website
Oh.
for the director of digital marketing.
Uh-oh.
She may not even get this email
Oh, she
because
may not even need your email. Maybe
she
someone
may
else as
not be
well.
employed
Hmm.
by Disney. So who knows what that's all about.
Intrigue,
But
intrigue. Okay, well,
yeah,
I'll be following that
yeah.
as
More
well.
to come. We'll see if I
More
get a
to come
response.
for sure. Yeah, yeah. Keep us posted on that. We'll get her on the pod.
Oh my gosh. I'd have a lot of things to say. We would not maintain our PG rating on this podcast for that. So
Oh my gosh. Well,
so tell me
you know,
about
you know what is PG? Yeah, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say
Okay.
you have we had your corrections, but
hmm
family road trip.
Family, well, yeah. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
in this season of holidays and travel, and
Oh
perhaps there's
yeah.
even a chance that someone's listening to us right now driving to things. Probably not. You're probably not listening to us in your car. But
Maybe,
even
maybe.
so, just thinking about the travel that we'll be doing this week. We'll be taking Violet the furthest she's ever been from home, all the way
Oh
to St.
man.
Louis area. So
Okay. Yeah.
by means of Taylor, we're gonna stop down at his family first, and then continue down Thanksgiving Day, and then come all the way back up from St. Louis. But
Okay.
this will be our longest road trip yet with her and with June in the back seat. So I was just thinking, yeah, about the logistics of that, but also knowing that many questions come up around traveling with kids and technology.
Yeah.
But first, as we like to do, wanted to rewind a bit and reflect on our own travel experiences as kids. For me, it was a lot of trips to Kansas and occasional trips to the Wisconsin Dells. And
Oh,
that was
yeah.
about it, really until I'd say high school and marching band, really. I guess spent a lot of time on a bus going up to the Chicago area, down to St. Louis, over to Indy. And that was like significant travel for
Yeah.
me then. Now that's feels like absolutely nothing anymore because then I got to college and I studied abroad and I student taught abroad and I went to grad school and did have traveled for conferences and all sorts of things. But as a kid, just even those little trips I think were such big deals, which is why they're such core memories for me. But one in particular was our Thanksgiving road trip out to Kansas. I want to say 2003, because that would have been me being in fourth grade. And I'm sure my family fact checkers can come and let me know how wrong I am on that. But that would have been my dad and my older sister Hannah. Because I think Reed would have been working at Kroger by then. So Reed and mom would stay home, and me, dad, and Hannah would go out to Kansas for Thanksgiving. And this kind of became our yearly tradition for a while. Back in those days, Morton still had school on Wednesdays back in my
Oh,
day. But we would take a little
my
half
day.
day. So that was always a big special thing too, is that, don't pack a lunch. Dad's gonna come pick you up. You're gonna get straight in the car and we'll head out from there. We'll have our little sandwiches in the coolers
Yeah.
and chips and all the goodies for the road trip. So that Wednesday, Dad came and picked me up. I want to say Hannah was already in the car. That's irrelevant, but we we took off on the road. And if I'm remembering, like there was, chance of flurries or whatever. But as we started making our way towards Springfield, the flurries definitely started, and it was more than a chance, and it was more than flurries, and it started just like seriously snowing. And it was one of these trips where we probably should have turned around and just gone home,
Oh, it was that
but
bad.
it was that, I mean, it was like there were trucks in ditches, like
Yikes.
more than,
Yikes.
yeah, like
Yeah.
just every I don't even know how to because we were also just crawling so slow just to make it to Springfield, which is the point where it was like, do we turn around and go home? Well, at this point, like it's just as bad going
Right.
back home than it would be to continue on to Missouri. So we ultimately did. But yeah, what was usually a 8-ish hour trip total, like took us almost that time just to make it to Missouri and
Wow.
then traveling in the dark the rest of the way to
Ruh-roh.
Kansas. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that part of it was the scary, harrowing. We have home videos because I'm in the back seat with the camera being like, oh my gosh, look at this, look at that. And it is like you can tell we're like shaking and skidding in the car and you just
Yeah.
see everyone off in a ditch. So that part was not so pleasant, but then also through that, I guess we probably missed Dr. Laura that year. So that was another kind of ritual tradition to these trips. Do you remember Dr. Laura Schlesinger? Schlesinger? Does that name ring any bells? She was a
It
radio
does.
personality.
Yeah, but I don't know that I would have listened to
Well,
her.
we did listen to her on other times of year just for like the comedic value. Like she was
Okay.
a radio doctor. People would
Oh,
call in with their
okay.
issues, and Dr. Laura was she a medical doctor or like a therapist? She might have been more of a therapist.
Is this a Dr. Phil
Is
situation
it?
where it's like I'm a doctor, but I don't?
Yeah, I should
Okay.
have done my research on this to remind
Okay.
myself. But
We
what
can look
I
it up.
do remember is that for Thanksgiving, she would do corny joke day. So people would call in with their corny jokes. So
Nice.
we would always listen to that. But I think that we on that fated road trip, we weren't within the Dr. Laura channel signal in time to catch corny joke day. But the other thing that came from that trip, I think that would have been the year that Elf came out and we got the Elf soundtrack. And so we
Oh,
listened to the
classic.
Elf soundtrack like for the first time all together in the car.
Do do
And
do do
uh-huh.
do
Do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
do,
do.
do.
Oh,
Yes,
love it.
yes.
Can't wait to
Also
watch it.
classic. That would be
Yep.
another good one to have on vinyl
Oh yeah.
now that I think about it. But anyway, all that just kind of rambling story to say that I have some core memories around just those little family road trips, both the awful scary things like that trip, or the time that I swear my dad was driving and I'm in the passenger seat and he is just so drowsy, sleepy.
Oh
I
no.
swear he told me like if something happens and we veer off the road, just let it happen. Just let it
Just
happen.
let it happen.
This is how I
What?
remember it. And I've told him years later, it's like, I would have never, I was like, I mean, you were like
We're
out of it,
going in
dude.
the
It was
ditch,
scary.
guys.
Yeah, just we'll hit a tree. Just let it
Oh my
happen. What?
gosh.
Maybe he thought he was joking, like
It's not
thought
funny,
thought it was
Dad.
coming across jokingly, but yeah, it definitely did not. And as I think I shared last week too, like I was also a car sick child, so I
Yeah.
have plenty of
Yeah.
stories I could but won't share
Thank
around
you. Thank you for that.
around that topic. But tell me about your family road trips. Did you like what did travel look like for you?
Yeah, we did several. When I was a kid, we went to Hilton Head a few
Mm,
times in South Carolina. Um, we had a minivan, had a Chrysler minivan. It was silver. I know there was another name to that. Plymouth Grand
mm,
Voyager, if I
We had a
remember right.
Dodge Caravan, and we
Yeah.
had a song about it.
Oh, you made a song for your van?
Dodge Caravan, which was based off of a song that a kid sang at well, it was a piano recital, but he had like drums, so he got to play his little, I want to call them bongos. I don't think that's the official name.
Hand
And
drums.
then we adapted his song to sing about our Dodge
Oh.
Caravan without a hood ornament. Go on.
Well, years later, that van lasted a long time. That was the first car I drove. Uh, but when my dad would pick my friends and I up from the mall, like the horn was not good. It was a 91. And so, I was in high school from 2000 to 2004. So it was an old
Hmm.
van at that point. And it was like multi-tonal when you pushed the horn. So it was not a consistent sound. And
Yeah,
he thought that was hilarious to honk the horn when he picked us up from the mall. Super cool.
love
But
it.
road trips, yeah, they were those long bench seats.
Mm.
So I remember probably not seat belted sometimes, yikes, laying down on
Yeah,
them, and maybe I did that without my parents' knowledge because I always took the back seat.
nice.
But yeah, toys, snacks, road trip like games. We we did the alphabet sign
Oh
game.
yeah.
Also, oh my gosh, I Spy, which was a little tricky because you're going super fast, and so it's like, okay, I Spy's
Something
over.
blue.
Oh, there it
Oh, it's the
goes.
sky again.
But we did a lot of the alphabet
Yeah,
with license plates and
yeah.
and signs and stuff. So I remember doing that. We would take big family trips with extended family. We
Mm,
did a bunch of those, some by plane, some by car. Went out west, went to the East Coast, and yeah, I mean, I definitely remember. I don't remember ever thinking this is the longest I've ever been in a car ever, because I
hmm
think because my parents brought enough snacks and things to do,
hmm
like coloring books and little toys that were maybe brand new to me.
hmm
Hey, this is a fun new toy, and so when we take a car trip, this is like, oh, I know I'm gonna get something
Yeah,
cool to play
yeah.
with that
You
I
weren't
don't.
sitting there though going like, man, I wish I had a rectangle that could like play
Ooh.
TV and like
No. Well, that wasn't even
I
something
know.
that existed.
That's what I'm
Although
saying, yes.
once you got older, I knew of families that had the DVD
I did have a
player in the
portable
car.
DVD player and that
We
was a game
I
changer.
we
That
never did that.
yeah.
We may have borrowed someone's once, but I wasn't a little kid.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
older, and it's DVDs. It's not
Yeah.
like it's an iPad screen,
Right.
and
Yes, yes, yes.
um
I know. I'm being facetious.
yeah. So, yeah. So I have good memories of road trips. Just like you, there was one, traumatic-ish one that sticks out. It wasn't a snowstorm, but my dad's sister and I went to Florida. My mom had broken her arm, so she stayed
Mhm.
home. And I had just gotten my puppy Pawnee, who's
Oh,
now 13, um, and took her to Florida with us. And my dad's car broke down on the side of the road
oh no.
in the literal middle of nowhere. I
Oh
mean,
no.
the cell phone and no reception, could not call out. And he says later, like, I was thinking we're gonna have to spend the night in the
Oh
car
my
on the side of the
gosh.
road. It's like marshy, like
Yeah.
it's like a jungle. It's like we're in the middle of a jungle.
I've never
Thankfully,
been
it's
to Florida. I wouldn't know.
oh, you've never been to
I've never
Florida?
been to Florida. I've never been to Disney. Call, hey, when you hear back from Disney, will you ask for some tickets for me or something?
Yeah. Well, here's
As
what's
a
true. Well, I have been to Disneyland as a little kid, and I've been to Disney World as an adult. Brian's family, they're like big Disney people.
Mhm.
And so they've gone multiple times. And not that Camden's gonna listen to this, but we're gonna go.
Ooh.
Um,
Camden, the or not the Roblox, the what is it, Magnetiles? What did you hide in
oh,
the
what did I
guest room?
hide? Everything's hidden in the guest room. So it could be, yeah, it could be anything.
What was it? I can't remember.
Magnetiles.
Oh, the
Um,
kinetic sand. I was gonna.
Oh, yeah, too bad Lily found it. There was a rogue kinetic sand in a bin,
Oh,
and she
Lily.
found it, and it was all over the
I
place. I'm like,
bet.
well, I guess I'm vacuuming that up. Anyways, yeah, broke down on the side of the road in Florida, and this super nice couple stopped and put us in their truck, and a trooper then stopped, and he drove us to the airport to get a rental
Wow.
car, and the first
Wow.
place we went didn't have one,
Oh
so he
no.
drove us to the next place, and it was
Wow.
like, there are thankfully nice people out in the world, but
Yeah.
so that's definitely a memory that I won't forget is breaking down on the
Hmm.
side of the road. And my dad still drives that car, by the way. It's super old. Get a new car, Dad. No, it's fine. It's fine. His battery died when he was here visiting,
Oh
and
no. It's
he had to
fine.
get
It's
he had
fine.
to get a new battery.
Mitch had to get a new battery recently too.
Yeah,
No
but
fun.
so
So, yeah.
car trips,
Hmm.
I don't remember hating them. So I
Hmm.
guess that's good.
Okay.
I hope our own children. I
Yes.
know we'll transition here to talking about our own traveling with our
Yeah.
kids. Since I've
Yes.
certainly done that multiple
Because that's
times
what I'm
now.
really curious about. Yeah. But I guess before I get to my curiosity questions, I do have a quick one for you.
Yeah.
Best road trip snack.
As mess free as possible.
Mm,
So whatever that means to you. Do you
Chico
mean for
stick.
you as
I
an
mean for
adult
you.
or
Yeah.
oh, my?
As a kid, as an adult, for your kid. Yeah, all of the
Yeah.
above. What was your favorite as a kid? What is your favorite right now? And what do you give your kids or favorite to give your kids?
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I feel like we did Cheez-Its sometimes, or my dad would always get combos. Do you remember
Oh, yes, I
combos? The
remember
pretzels?
combos.
Yeah, my
Yes, yes,
dad
yes.
loved those,
Yeah.
and I liked those too. Probably even Pringles. That for some
Hmm.
reason always felt like a special treat. Like we'd have
Yes.
Pringles for a car trip.
Uh-huh.
Granola
Somehow much better coming out of
bars.
a tube than a bag.
Yes,
Yeah.
totally. To have
Yeah.
the tube yourself, it was like,
Yes.
oh, this is living.
Hmm.
Um, now I'm, doing my best to feed two cranky humans as they're
Brian and Lil
exactly Brian and Indy.
and
Oh
Mindy.
no, sorry, Indy's not a human. She acts like it sometimes. Um,
No wonder
yeah,
she's so cranky.
she is cranky. I think she's cranky being back here and not being at my parents'
Oh.
house anymore. Spoiler alert, the deck has not been touched since we last talked. So there's that. Um,
New segment.
the deck is still not done.
How many days has it been? No. Okay.
So many. For Camden and Lily, though, I get these. They're like Fig Newtons, but they're the
Mm.
ones in like a raspberry package
Yeah.
and a
Oh, we get
blueberry
those too.
package.
I can't think the
I can't pronounce.
nature earth something
Yes, they're good.
something.
They love
Yeah.
those. That's easy to eat. And, I did occasionally do a fruit squeezy or like the little fruit pouches,
Hmm.
but man, one wrong squeeze and everything is terrible. So I have shied away from those in the car.
Yes.
But cereal,
Yeah. Yeah.
things that aren't like major choking
Hmm.
hazards. Lily, I try not to feed on a road trip as
Hmm.
much just because, obviously her back is to us and so I can't really see
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
and she's kind of at an incline
Yeah.
or or decline, incline, whatever. She or recline. That's the word I was looking for.
Recline.
Incline, decline,
Uh,
recline. So
Z-cline.
yeah, all of the above. So I try not to, but she
Yeah.
on this last one, she was definitely hungry
Yeah.
because we drove during dinner time. So
Mm-hmm.
as mess free as possible.
Yeah.
Um, but cereal's usually a
It's always
pretty easy
good.
one.
Yeah.
So
As you were listing all those foods, I was like, oh, that one too. Oh yeah. Oh, that. But I think I'll
yeah,
I'll have to say Chico stick. Are you familiar with a Chico stick?
I'm not.
It is the perfect gas station candy. It is a stick made of like peanut butter and coconut, and
Oh, I've never heard
it's
of this in my
it's
life.
so good. It's so good. And yeah, no one's ever heard of it, but they have it.
Chico
Last I checked,
stick.
it was at the Morton Casey's. And every
Okay.
once in a while, I'll get myself a
You'll
Chico
spoil
stick.
yourself.
Uh-huh, like once every 3 years, I'd say.
Yeah. If we're talking
I'm not, yeah, I
candy,
know, and I'm
I
not a big
mean,
candy person usually,
I'd say
but
Twix would be my
oh,
go-to.
nice. See that
So
would melt though. That would melt.
not if
Not
I'm
the way.
after
Okay,
it.
fair.
I don't let it
Favorite
melt.
road
Come
trip
on.
snack right now. I even just going to the movie yesterday, my mom made us some party mix or Chex Mix,
Oh,
party mix,
classic.
and
Yep.
that I
Yep.
could just like eat endlessly while
Yeah.
driving. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Or like trail
Travel
mix, that
trail,
kind of
yes,
stuff.
any
Yeah.
sort of yes.
That's a good one.
Um,
Good travel
and
food.
yeah, I guess I can't yet answer what I feed my child because I do not feed her
Right.
in the car.
Right.
I
That
think
day
I've
will come.
fed June occasionally, maybe toss some treats back there. Talk about a good car rider though. For all the ways that that dog drives us absolutely nuts, she has always been a really good traveler. We have a little
Yeah.
seatbelt harness for her, and
Oh,
so she knows like when that's on, it's just
go
sit here
time.
and chill out. I always worried about her in the back seat with Violet, but she leaves her sister alone and just curls up and doesn't
That's
say a
sweet.
peep. Usually, I mean, I think she knows that anytime she's in the car, something fun is happening. Either
Right.
going to daycare or going to grandma and grandpa's, or going to I don't know. That's about it. That's the
A
only
party, dog party.
a dog party. Yes, we do those all the time.
No,
To see Ash, her dog friend Ash. Yeah, I suppose it could. Shout out Ash, if you're listening.
if the dog is listening.
Yeah.
Woof, woof, woof,
Woof
woof,
woof.
woof,
Yes,
woof.
yes,
Bark
yes.
twice if
I
you're
love you, Ashy. Anyway, but that's the things I'm curious about. How is traveling? Before we started recording, you shared, you have had some like what not to do lessons that you've taught
Yeah.
yourself. So what do you want to share? What do you want me to know?
Well, with when it was just Camden and he was little, I would load up the iPad with episodes of Sesame Street and Netflix, like nature shows. So I mean, I would do my best to make it not be crap, but I I know more now. Like he didn't need that, and I I think I did it because I didn't want to hear crying the
Yeah.
whole time, or it was even before he was like really talking. So probably two. I don't know that I did it earlier than two. I just am misremembering, but probably about 2 years old, once he was old enough to like kind of like Lily is now, like kind of have opinions on
Mm-hmm.
things, but can't really express those opinions
Mm-hmm.
as vocal or verbally, not vocally. They can get vocal for sure. Um, and I just knew like this is something that he would enjoy, but I wouldn't do it for the full 3 hours because that's how long it takes to get to Indy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only time that he got, the iPad was when it was driving to Carmel or to Indy. But when there were times when I was the only driver, if I took him when Brian was doing some, band thing, and so I
Mm-hmm.
went by myself, well, I couldn't control
Yeah.
the iPad because I was driving, and so it would be on for those 3 hours. And I look back now and I'm like, gosh, that wasn't a smart idea, but I didn't know any better.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
I didn't think about it. And
And it didn't wreck like it's not
yeah,
like,
and I mean,
you know,
was it actually harm?
yeah.
I guess certainly that's debate how much screen
Mm.
time at what point. It wasn't a regular
And yeah,
occurrence,
and in what ways? Yeah.
but was I
But there's different
conditioning
choices you make
him
now.
for
Yeah.
car rides to be like,
Mm-hmm.
this is when get to
Mm-hmm.
watch something instead of learning how to be bored in a car
Mm-hmm.
and how to figure that out because it's going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't do that. I've never done that with Lily. We don't do that anymore. Um, and I stopped that just because I thought he doesn't need to watch. He doesn't need to watch shows
Mm-hmm.
in the car. We don't have to have that. So it's I probably stopped that. Maybe it was, gosh, I don't know, between 3 and 4
Mm-hmm.
is when I stopped that. So I wouldn't do that again. Again, there's long form movies, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of different. But I had like shows, so they were shorter. But I guess even that was still like it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't Coco Melon,
Yeah. Yeah. It
It
was some
wasn't
sort of
like
narrative
constant,
arc to
yeah,
follow and
constant
pass the time.
stimulation.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so I
I
wouldn't
get
do
that.
that again. But I also do understand the desire to do it,
Mm-hmm.
it does unless in my case the iPad dies or something goes wrong or the foot hits it and changes it and you
Mm-hmm.
can't do anything about it. It certainly kept them quiet and entertained for a long period of time, but um there are now I do a thing where I have like a mystery. We have this little zipper. They're like hard plastic, but
Yeah.
not super super hard. And they're zipper pouches. It's like a pencil case, but
Yeah.
like a deluxe
Yep.
size. I think I got it from Target. It's a mystery of some new stuff and some
Cool.
old stuff we haven't seen for a while, and they both get one. And then
Mhm.
there's books. There's also books, and it's like this is your entertainment for the road.
I love that.
So, and then I've started now, even with the last couple trips, I will hide some stuff when it's not just me driving, because if it's just me driving, then I can't do it. But when it's Brian and I will hold some stuff back. And so then in the front seat, it's like, okay, here's a new surprise at hour number 2. Like
Nice.
you
Yeah.
didn't see this one
Yeah.
coming. Now and now I've bought myself some
Ah,
more time.
cool.
And finally, as one other road trip hack, if you have anything, maybe more than an hour, um, we I didn't do anything fancy, but I saw this on probably on Instagram years ago, and always would remember it when I was already driving because Camden would say, how much longer until we get there?
Mm.
And so this trip, finally, we were in the driveway and I go, hold on, I need to get painter's tape. And so I took multiple pieces of painter's tape for every 30 minutes.
Oh,
And so I put them up, above like the middle,
yeah.
on the roof. Is that what that's called? What's the inside of
The
the,
roof
is
of
it
the car,
roof? I don't know.
the ceiling of the
The
car,
ceiling of the car?
the
I'm sure
top of
there's
the
the
car,
top of the car in the middle where he could
top of
see
the
it.
yeah.
The top of the car. I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry. Top of the car. It sounded like I was
Ah.
trying to say top of the morning to you.
That's kind of
Top
where
of the
I was
car.
going, and
I don't
then
know what just
I
happened.
quickly got out of that one, but
I
you
went
kept
in.
going, and I
I
love that.
committed to it.
Thank you.
But I had so 6 pieces, and then I brought a bonus piece just in case. 6 pieces of in case like something went
Sneak
wrong.
that one up there.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, actually we have bonus time. But 6 pieces of tape. So for every half an hour, it was we're gonna and it
Genius.
helps with the visual too. Like
Yeah, yeah,
here's how much time is left to get
yeah,
to Granny and Granddad's. So I'm gonna do that from now on because
yeah.
it worked. It stopped him from because he would be so
Hmm.
constant. Are we there yet? How much time? How many more minutes? And minutes are meaningless to a
Yeah,
5-year-old. So
yeah.
the pieces of tape
And I like that. It chunks it
absolutely
up
worked.
even because I've got
Yeah.
like the GPS in my car that'll show, the ETA and the minutes and miles remaining. And
Yes.
there have been a few times where I've had like a niece in the back seat who's like totally just keyed in on that and
Yeah.
is like telling me every minute, which makes me be like, okay, I promise we're
Get you
gonna
some
get
painter's
there.
tape. Get you some
Yeah,
painter's
yeah,
tape.
no, for
It's
sure. I love
easy.
that. I
Mess
love
pretty.
painter's tape. That's how
Oh,
I
yeah.
label
Life
bottles
hack to
every day for
everybody.
daycare. Everything is, yes,
I
painter's
make
tape and a purple Sharpie. That
Have you
is
put shapes on the floor yet in painter's tape for her to draw into?
no.
Oh,
Shapes on the floor.
just like cats who like to, get into
Yeah.
containers. Yeah, babies, toddlers, and 5-year-olds. You make some shapes out of painter's tape
Okay.
on the floor, carpet, hardwood, whatever, they will get into those shapes. And when
Oh,
they're
good to
able to
know.
walk
Hmm.
and like jump, they will jump into those shapes.
Oh,
And it is endless fun. I
okay.
have used painter's tape so much since Camden was born. So,
Millennial Mom Thoughts brought to you by Painter's Tape.
oh
Looking
man,
for
if
the
we
perfect
could get a
holiday gift this season?
sponsorship.
It is Painter's Stinkin' Tape.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You don't have to be a painter.
No, you don't. There are so many toys I didn't need to buy because I could have just used
Gonna
painter's
use
tape and
Painter's
they would have
Tape.
been happy. Yeah,
Type in
get
discount code
painter's.
MMT at painterstape.com
I wish.
and tell
If
them we
if we
sent
ever take
you.
a sponsorship,
It'll
I don't
be.
want to be corrupted by money.
Mhm.
Okay, guys? I don't want this to
I
be,
do a little bit, but
but it depends on the amount. Um, but if
I got a
painter's
pizza oven
tape,
on the line.
that's right. If painter's tape would offer us some money for talking about painter's tape, I would, without hesitation, take that money
Well,
and talk about painter's tape.
you're emailing Disney. Just go ahead and send Big Painter's Tape
Yeah.
a message
Yeah.
tonight
You
too.
know what? Maybe
But
I will. I'll say, listen, on episode 19, we talked about the benefits of painter's tape for families
yes.
beyond just painting. So
Mhm.
you're
And
welcome.
beyond taping. Um,
I don't
speaking
know what's
of
happened.
big old companies, I know we're kind of coming up on time
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what time we started. I don't
I
know
don't
what
either.
time it is or where I am or
When
what
did you
day it
eat?
is
No.
or probably
I
what
should probably pay.
year.
Oh
But
yeah, we are. I think we're at an hour.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
then you had something about Amazon. You want to
Oh yeah,
tell us
super
about that?
quick.
Okay.
I won't even read all the stuff that I was going to say.
We'll save
Uh,
it for another
but in
time.
because toys are being purchased, Christmas gifts are being purchased, planning is happening, I urge you not to buy an AI toy for your child.
Yeah,
Here's a perfect example why. A recent, and this made, you may have already seen this in the news.
I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, an AI, was it a bear? I think it was a teddy bear. Now I'm blanking. Insert stuffed animal name here. An AI stuffed animal, I think it was a bear, was pulled because it was saying sexual
Oh my
things
God.
to the
Of
child.
course it was.
And it was also telling them where to find knives,
No.
where to find plastic bags,
No.
how to light a match,
No.
a variety of harmful and
Stop. Rip that bear's head
suggestive and not
off.
even
Ugh.
and explicit conversations. So
Goodness
that got
gracious.
pulled. So
Yeah.
please, whatever you do, do not buy an AI toy. They and just in general, it is creepy.
Yeah.
You don't want to establish for particularly young children, but you don't want to establish that AI is a thing that you can develop a relationship with. Your teddy bear should not talk back to you. It is not real, and it shouldn't be listening. You don't want it listening.
No, I
That's
don't.
that's why I ditched our
Oh.
Google Home.
You
Um,
did?
yeah, done. Took
You're
it out.
done, Google.
Done. Don't want it.
No,
Don't want it
I was
listening.
just learning to love.
Oh gosh, Helen. Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Computron.
Yeah, oh God. Oh, I need to use more office references in
I don't.
podcast. Yeah, so the 5 reasons to stay
Okay.
away from AI toys, thankfully brought to you by
Mm.
fairplay4kids.org. Top 5 reasons, or just 5 reasons in general, usually powered by the same AI that has already harmed children. They prey on children's trust. They disrupt children's relationships and resilience. They invade family privacy by collecting sensitive data, and they displace key creative and learning activities. Again, go to fairplay4kids.org, and it's just also a fabulous website, and they have a ton of resources beyond just AI
Ugh,
toys. But
yeah.
do
Ugh.
not buy AI toys.
And if you already have, do as they say, and Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
You still
Send
have the
them back.
receipt.
Send
You
them
still have the
back.
receipt. Return, return, return. Do not keep it. So. Yeah,
Well, on that note,
maybe
yeah.
we'll end on something lighter. I don't know.
Well, okay, this weirdly comes full circle in my head that the reason why I know so many Office reference, like why so many of these are ingrained in my head is because in one of the now like old van that we had a DVD player and you could insert a DVD, but we didn't have the capacity to like click ahead or to like skip through
Mm,
episodes. And so we'd keep the Office DVDs in the car.
nice.
But if you started the DVD, like you had to go through, just like play it straight through. And if you
As you
stopped and
should.
turned off the car, you'd be back on episode one
That's
when you were
fine.
done getting gas. So,
That's
yes,
fine.
like season one and two, it's just all, especially if it's one of the first couple
Love it.
episodes on one of the DVDs. That's how it got up in here. And
Big
on that
fan.
note, any final things to say?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yes, yes, yes.
It'll be for you tomorrow
Tomorrow.
if you listen
Or
when we
and if
release it
not,
on Wednesday.
be grateful anyway.
Yeah. Thankful for this
Thank you.
podcast.
Yes, me
Thankful for
too.
our friendship
Me
and the
too.
ability for us to talk about all these
Yes.
things that are important to us.
Yes, yes, yes.
And thankful that we have listeners.
And thankful for grass to go touch.
Get out and touch that
Um,
grass. It's still warm, people. Get out there. Go touch that grass.
Yes. And I am also thankful for you, who is Jordan Spickelmeyer, who does our social media. And I'm thankful for Brian Spickelmeyer, who does our podcast music, especially of the seasonal variety. I'm Helen Plevka-Jones, and I do things too. I do the audio editing,
I do
and
things too.
I catch you on the flippity flip.
Nice.